Hey guys, it's Heather. So today I'm going to be doing my Sunday favorites. This is kind of a short week for me because I did my last Sunday favorites on Monday, but I've been gravitating towards some new products this week. Sorry it's kind of dark, but it's been so gloomy here and raining that I'm just going to have to work with what I got. So that's basically what we got going on. I do have one fail this week, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing is I've been kind of keeping it minimal this week just because I haven't really been in the mood to play with a whole lot of makeup. So I've basically been keeping my lids bare and I've been liking a kind of bolder lip, and so that's basically the products that I'm going to be showing you, basically what I've been using. But first I'm going to show you a foundation. Now I just recently got it, which I believe it was this week. I believe it was Monday of this week, yes. So I recently got it and I'm really liking it, and this is probably the third or fourth time I've worn it. So this is the CoverGirl Ultra Smooth, the hair smoothing one. This is really expensive. I bought it at Walmart and it was like $13, and it comes with this little applicator, which I cannot stand it. I don't understand the concept, so I've just been using my regular foundation brush, but I'm in the shade Classic Ivory. However, I do love the way that this wears. I find that it's very hydrating. It has kind of like a dewy look. This is what's on my face right now. It does have like kind of like a dewy look on the skin. It has really good coverage, and I do find that up close, which is what it claims to be, that it looks really good. It does look good up close. So I really like that. I do have a lot of blonde peach fuzz, and a lot of foundations really do emphasize that, so I hate that. But this, I find it doesn't. If you just kind of go in the direction of the hair, or the way the hair grows, I really find it doesn't cling to it, and it kind of like smooths it down, because this foundation is pretty thick and almost kind of wet, but like thick and sticky a little bit. But once it does dry down, it's beautiful. I wore it, you know, like I said, a few times this week, and it lasted a long time. So like I said, it's on my face right now and I really do enjoy it. So it's the CoverGirl Ultra Smooth Hair Smoothing. If you want a separate video and a review on this, definitely let me know. But I really do like it. I think it's a good one. I find that it just really does a good job. So I've been loving it this week. So that's my foundation. As far as kind of like bronzer, I've been really loving my MAC Give Me Sun. Now this is kind of a more orange tone. I do have it on today. It's kind of a more orange tone bronzer, and I know a lot of people say that if you're fair skin you should stay away from this, but I find if you use a light hand, it really does give a really pretty kind of bronze look to the face, and I really love that. I mean, it does have some brown to it, so, but if you use a light hand and really blend it in, I find that it just gives a really pretty, why does it keep doing that? I find that it gives a really pretty look to the face. So yes, this is probably ideal for more darker skin tones as far as looking more natural, but if you use a light hand, it really does give the skin a nice glow. So I've really been loving that. And then for blush, I have been loving MAC's Mineralized Blush in Dainty, which is what's on my cheeks. This is just a beautiful kind of light pink, and it has, you know, some sparkle to it, but it's just really, really pretty. And I find mixed with that bronzer, it just mixes nice. It looks pretty, and I love the way this looks. I've been really into light pinks here lately. I find that they blend really well with bronzers, because sometimes if I use too peachy of a blush, which I love those, but they kind of get muddy with bronzer sometimes, at least for me. But I find that light pink, which I used to steer away from, really does a good job. So I've been loving Dainty this week. And as far as highlight, I've been loving my Becca highlighters, which I always talk about. But this week, I've been actually mixing Opal and Moonstone together, which I love them both, but this is Opal and this is Moonstone. So Opal is a little lighter and it's kind of more of a champagne, and this one, Opal, is a little bit more on the bronzy side, but I've just been mixing both of them, and it's the highlight I have going on today, and I've been really liking these two. So definitely grab these if you can. I love them. I don't love one more than the other, but this week I've been mixing them and I've really been liking it. So those two are where it's at for me. Okay, so just a few more products. For brows, and I know I just did a brow routine, but I kind of had an incident where I like created a bald spot on my eyebrow. I was in here tweezing some of the hairs and Grace had walked in and I just happened to look at her and I don't know what I was thinking, but I just pulled without, I mean, thinking that I had the right hair and it kind of made a bald spot. So I've been kind of like working through that. I was going to go grow them out, just kind of like not tweeze them because they grow fast, and go to my girl, but she is on vacation till like the end of the year. So I'm just like, whatever, I'm just going to work with them. I'm going to fill them in kind of dramatically and then tweeze around them and let that little bald spot grow in. No biggie, hair grows back, so I'm not going to fret it, or brow products cover it up. So I recently pulled out the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and I have the shade Dark Brown. Now I bought this when it first launched, like last year I believe, and they didn't have all the colors they have now, but I really find Dark Brown works. I thought about grabbing like Soft Brown or Taupe, or I'm not sure which one it is, like kind of like a medium shade, but I just recently pulled this back out and I've been basically taking a angled MAC brush and kind of filling in this portion right in here to give me a nice straight edge, and I've been loving it this week. So this is definitely a tricky product. You can go overboard with it, so you really have to use a light hand so it doesn't look like, you know, overdrawn and fake, but I've just been basically using it to kind of create that really nice straight edge. And yeah, and then I just use my Brow Wiz and just kind of go in and fill them in. So I've been loving this Anastasia Brow Pomade. I kind of had a love-hate relationship with it, but you have to really find the right technique for you, because I used to use way too much, but I find with an angled brush, if I just really slightly, just, you know, really lightly just draw it, it just creates that perfect edge, and I just find that they look really defined, and it fills in the bald spot over here. So I've been loving that. So it's not too dark if you use a light hand with it. As far as concealer, which I probably should have talked about, this is an oldie but a goodie, but it's been my go-to because I have been so dry this week, just kind of like last week as well, and it's just been a nightmare. And I've just been loving a light concealer. I don't want anything heavy. I don't want to feel, just because my skin's so dry, I don't want a heavy face of makeup. And I've been loving my Maybelline Fit Me, and this is in Fair, and I've just been using this underneath my eyes. I find that it doesn't crease. It's really light. I mean, it does pack a big punch, but it doesn't like sit under there like really heavily, and I find that it just, I don't know, like it just blends easily, but it covers, but it lightens, but it's not heavy. It's hydrating, if that makes any sense. But I really like this. I mean, it's just a few dollars at the drugstore. Definitely pick it up. I love this. I've gone through several of these over the past couple of years, and I really like it. Okay, as far as like eyeshadow goes, I've been using a MAC blush, which a lot of people talk about contouring with for fair skin, and I never really have done that. And this has just been, I don't know what, I can't get it out. I hate that. Okay, there it goes. I don't know, like, basically why I started doing it this week, but I've been taking MAC's Harmony, which is just a really, it's a matte. It kind of is like, it's kind of like on the mauve side, but it has like a hint of warmth to it, and I can't really explain it, but it's just a really pretty, it definitely has some brown to it, with a hint of, you know, warmth, and I don't know, it's just really pretty. And a lot of people do contour with it for fair skin, and I'm definitely going to try that. But I've just been popping this in my crease and smoking out my lower lashes just for an easy, just no fuss makeup look. So that's been my go-to. I don't know why I picked this up. I just seen it in there and I was like, ooh, that's a pretty crease shade, and I've just been doing it for, you know, the week, so I love it. Definitely a really beautiful, you know, kind of like brownish color. It's just really pretty. So I love it. It's in my crease today and smoked out on my lower lashes. It's beautiful on the lower lash line, smoked out. So I don't have a lid color or anything like that. I just basically, that's all I've been doing. I've just been keeping it really simple this week. And then as far as lips go, like I said, it's either like a gloss. I've been really into Buxom White Russian. I've talked about that on my channel, but I recently picked this up probably like a month ago at a CCO, and this is MAC's Amplified and Pure Heroin. It's just a gorgeous purple. Oh my goodness, it's just really beautiful. It's kind of like a purple berry color. So I've just been really into this with this bare eye, and the liner that I use, I don't really have one that matches that exactly, but I just pulled out my Jordana Easy Liner in Plush Plum, and this is definitely more on the kind of reddish berry side, but it does work, and it just kind of gives the purple a little bit more of a red berry tone. So I've been liking mixing those, and that's what's on my lips today. So That's been kind of my favorite lip combo. Okay, so one more product and then I'm going to talk about my fail and then we will be done. So I was watching Tiffany D, I believe, I don't remember when. I think it was her last favorites video, and I have the open one in the shower, but I didn't want to show you that, so I'm going to show you the new one. But she was talking about the Dove White Beauty Bar for Deep Moisture. I find that like shower gels and stuff like that is, I kind of go through them fast and they don't really like, the smell doesn't linger, which drives me crazy. And I was watching her and she said her husband and her really love this as far as like their body, and she even talked about washing her face with it. So I picked up a couple and it says it's moisturizing and I love it. I mean, I just put it on a washcloth and I washed my body and it really hydrated. My skin felt so like moisturized, but the smell lingered for like a long time on my skin. And I even had like a really big pimple right here. And I just, while I was in the shower, I just used this on my face, kind of like what she had recommended. And literally the next day, this thing is gone. It was completely dried up. So I mean, the only thing I could give credit is this thing. So definitely, I used to be like, ew, bars of soap, so old school, you know, and I just never really got into them. I was just purchasing shower gels and I don't know, I just find that the smell just doesn't linger on me, but this does. And I have it in the shower and like every time you walk by the bathroom you can smell it. It smells really good and very clean. So I've been loving this Dove beauty bar, so definitely give it a whirl. Okay, the fail this week is kind of irritating, but I was wanting to try a new mascara. So I have all of my like Ipsy bag stuff in this drawer down here, and I have like all the products kind of like in a basket. So I went through it because I remember not that long ago I got the M. Michelle Phan mascara. This is the Lash Gallery Dramatic Volume Waterproof Mascara in black. And I was like, oh, I can pull that out. Let's see if I like it. This is just not good. My lashes are so clumpy. It looks like I have 3 lashes and it dried up really quick. So I couldn't even like even to go in with the second coat, I couldn't even like get through them because they're like literally so stuck together. And I don't know if it's because it's waterproof, which I don't typically gravitate towards, but I really don't like this mascara. So the brush is kind of, you know, just a normal size brush, but not into it whatsoever. So it just made it to where it looks like I have 3 lashes. It dried up so fast and it's kind of like crunchy, so I couldn't even go in with another mascara. So my lashes look really crunchy. So do not like this at all. This will be going in the garbage, which is a shame because I got it in an Ipsy bag and it's brand new, but I don't like, I don't like formulas like that. I want my lashes to look, you know, nice, and like I said, they're just like feeling them right now. They're like crunchy, and I only went in with 1 coat. No bueno for me. Okay guys, so that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed and got some product recommendations that you can try out and hopefully love like I do. If you guys have any requests for any videos, definitely let me know. I'm gonna try to get some videos filmed. I just need ideas. I know I want the Makeup Geek tutorial, but I'm just kind of running out of ideas. If you want to see like a demo and kind of review on this, granted I've only been using it a week, so but I can do a demo for you guys, or maybe when I do a tutorial use this because I've really been liking it. So but I'm gonna go. I hope you guys had a great week and that you have a great week ahead, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.